Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, we're going to be talking about NIO, what it did today, how it hit my $50 price target, and what I think NIO is going to be doing for the rest of the day, and also the future leading up to NIO Day. Now, before we get into this video, I'd like to remind you all that I do have a free Discord server. Check in the link in the description below. It's completely free. We talk about the market throughout the open. So if you're interested in that, you need a little help while the market is open, just go ahead, hop in here, ask me a question. And I also do offer a membership program. It's where I go live with them every single night. They get to know what trades I'm taking, and also running a special. So if you join before today ends, you get my entire course for free. So be sure to hop on that deal. You also get a private chat and everything. Now let's get right into the video and let's talk about what NIO is doing. So this morning, if you were watching NIO, it got above 49.37 and we went straight to $50. We actually hit highs of like 50. So we actually really went for it today. Then we sold off. Now, two levels I was talking about in yesterday's video that you had to pay attention to. The first level was this 48.31 level. I said, hey, this was a resistance level because look, we got rejected over here several times before. Notice how each time we tried to push up, we got rejected. But in yesterday's close, it looked a lot different than when we got rejected previously. We were pushing up and it was a solid green candle. We just ran the clock out. That's what I talked about, that and most likely we're going to have this breakout because you can see the difference here. Sellers were here when we pushed up to this level before. And even over here, back here in December, sellers were present. But notice this time when we push up, there's not even a single wick. We know that the sellers were not here, and this was an indication that NIO was going to break out today. So I called that yesterday. I was like, NIO is going to hit $50 if we can get above, 49.37. So we got above 48.31, which was an important level first that we had to get above. Then we got above 49.37, which was a previous resistance level, and then bam, what did we hit, guys? We hit $50. That's exactly the number I told you we were going to hit, and we hit it. Now, what's next for NIO? What areas am I looking at? What does NIO need to do before we get to like $60 and $70 and so on? Well, I talked about that. If we're going to be bullish, we need to get above 49.37. So guys, the plan still has not changed. If you want NIO to return back to $50 and above, we first need to look at this level at 49.37. Notice that we're getting rejected from the underside. So there's enough sellers where we aren't able to push up. So the first thing is buyers need to come in, whether this be at the end of the day today or Monday, Tuesday, next week, whatever day it is, they need to push to this level. Then once we get above that level, then we can have the conversation of, is NIO going to hit $60 before NIO Day? But until we get above that level and hold above it, then it's not going to happen. Something interesting that I also need to bring up to you guys is that if y'all watched my previous video on NIO about a couple of days ago where I talked about NIO was heading to $50 all the way down at this range right here, I said that because we had something interesting that I found. I found that there was an open interest on the $50 strike price for NIO expiring the 31st of December, so today. Now, I said this was interesting because there was 24,000 open contracts. That was 4 to 5 times the normal amount that NIO trades at for the option contracts. So I knew a big move was going to happen just based off of reading the option chain. Now, something important to keep though is that I talked about yesterday's video that, hey, we may hit $50, but we may not close above that. The reason is because these banks, they like to manipulate the price so they don't have to pay out those option contract shares. So if you don't know options, you can exercise them. Each contract holds 100 shares. So if your strike price, which is the $50 strike price that I was talking about, if it closes at $50 or above $50, you have the right to exercise that option and get those 100 shares at $50 per share price. So banks, they don't like to pay that. They don't like to pay those shares out. So they'll do everything in their power to make sure it closes underneath your strike price. So that's why I was saying, hey, we may hit $50 tomorrow, which was in yesterday's video, but we may not close at it. We'll probably close below it because banks like to manipulate the price and make sure that they don't have to pay out those shares. So keep that in mind today when we have the last couple hours of trading. Keep that in mind. We may not close at 50. We may not even get to $50 for the rest of the day, but we did hit it. That was an important part. So I was right on that aspect, but I also talked about we might not close above it just because of that manipulation. Either way, guys, once we do get above 49.37, the next level I'm looking at is 52.77. So if we can get above that area, then we'll be heading back to our all-time highs, and then we can talk about, are we going to hit $60 for NIO Day? But we first need to get above 52.77 and hold above it, and then all-time highs is right here around $57. So keep that in mind as well. All-time highs is around $57. So once we get above $52.77, there's nothing really stopping us until that all-time highs. Now, once we get above all-time highs, the sky's the limit. We can hit $60, $70. But we first need to look at these levels first. NIO Day is right here. It's approaching. It's on a Saturday. So either we're going to have a Friday run up or we're going to have a Monday rocket ride. But if we run up huge, next week, I'd consider taking profits because we may sell off on that following Monday just because it may be an earnings play. So keep that in mind, guys, that yes, we can hit $60 and $70 for NIO Day, but we first need to get above these levels and hold above them. Anyways, thank you for all the support. Once again, thank you for letting me hit 2,000 subscribers. I hit 2,000 subscribers, guys. Thank you so much. It wouldn't be possible without you guys and y'all watching my videos. Thank you for all my viewers and also all of my subscribers. And I'll see you all in the next